The most notable thing about what Chris Rock did is that he has now become just the latest comedian to go full anti-woke.
Better than all of them, but you need to get out of their circle and develop your own voice.
Two of the world's most powerful men just got completely dismantled by a comedian, and their reactions tell us everything. In this video, I'm breaking down the most brutal jokes Chris Rock made about Elon Musk's Twitter purchase and Trump's spray tan, plus their embarrassing responses that only made things worse. You'll see exactly how Rock exposed Musk as a billionaire with zero impulse control, and Trump as a reality TV star playing dictator. I've got all the clips, the online fallout, and analysis of why this comedy routine struck such a nerve that both men had public meltdowns afterward. Stay tuned. The best parts are definitely not what you're expecting. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. When Chris Rock stepped up to the mic, nobody knew he was about to verbally steamroll one of the world's richest men. It wasn't just a roast. It was a surgical strike on Elon Musk's entire self-image, delivered with the precision of someone who had studied his target's insecurities. "You're the only man who thinks buying Twitter was a personality," Rock said, hitting Musk right where it hurts. The audience didn't just laugh. They howled.
Trump saw the Expendables 3 on his plane last night and is like, I need those guys to help.
Before we even get started, hey, the elephant in the room, President Trump's in the hospital.
There's something deliciously satisfying about watching someone worth billions get absolutely demolished by words alone. Rock was saying what everyone was thinking, but most were too afraid to say out loud, especially to Musk's face. What made Rock's takedown so effective was how he stripped away Musk's carefully constructed image. When he joked, "You're trying to leave Earth because you ruined it, bro," he wasn't just poking fun at Musk's space obsession. He was exposing the hypocrisy of a billionaire trying to escape the problems he helped create. The crowd ate it up, recognizing the truth behind the punchline. The audience's reaction was fascinating to watch. It wasn't just regular laughter. It was that special kind of communal release that happens when someone powerful gets knocked down a peg. You could almost feel the collective, "Finally someone said it," energy rippling through the crowd. Rock didn't stop at Musk's Twitter purchase or space dreams. He went straight for Musk's supposed commitment to free speech, while simultaneously banning journalists from the platform. The contradiction was laid bare, and the audience's reaction showed they'd noticed this hypocrisy too, but were waiting for someone with Rock's platform to call it out. What made everything worse for Musk was Rock's delivery. He wasn't yelling or being aggressive. He was calm, collected, almost conversational, like he was simply stating obvious facts everyone already knew.
He's great in a crisis, but in real life, Giuliani's kind of like a pit bull.
Trump's hardcore fans may be a lot of things. Bright is not one of them.
That cool confidence made each punchline land with extra force, delivered by a man who knows his target can't handle the truth. Perhaps the most prophetic moment came when Rock observed that Musk has zero impulse control. Little did anyone know how perfectly this assessment would play out in the aftermath. It was like Rock had access to Musk's personality source code and was highlighting the bugs everyone else had noticed but couldn't quite name. The impact was immediate. Within hours, clips of Rock's set were spreading across every social media platform. TikTok edits racked up millions of views. The internet was having a field day, and it was happening faster than Musk could possibly contain it, setting the stage for what would become a spectacular meltdown. While the internet was still buzzing with Rock's jokes, Elon Musk decided to show everyone just how accurate those zero impulse control comments really were.
What was happened to you was you were performing a task, You fucked up, and you thought, let me rest.
The seas will rise over the next 400 years, 1/8 of an inch, you know. Which means basically you have a little more beachfront property, okay?
Rather than letting the roast cool down, Musk grabbed his phone and did exactly what billionaires with bruised egos do. He made things astronomically worse for himself. Within hours, he posted a bizarre red-pilled meme, poorly photoshopped to suggest he was somehow enlightened, while everyone laughing at him was just uninformed sheep. It was like watching a live demonstration of everything Rock had just roasted him for. The fragile ego, the desperate need for validation, all of it playing out in real time. The internet, predictably, had a field day. Musk's attempt to look unbothered only provided fresh material for an entirely new wave of mockery. It was the digital equivalent of saying, "I'm not mad," while visibly shaking with rage. His meme didn't just miss the mark. It confirmed Rock's assessment so perfectly that people wondered if Musk was secretly in on the joke. Spoiler alert, he wasn't. But if you thought Musk's meltdown was bad, Donald Trump's reaction was operating on an entirely different plane of unhinged.
But I realized they're gonna have the Oscars anyway. They're not gonna cancel the Oscars because I quit, you know? And the last thing I need is to lose another job to Kevin Hart.
We'll take a look at TikTok.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok.
We're not doing anything with TikTok.
Joe Biden is responsible for banning TikTok.
Trump took to Truth Social with a rant that would make your drunk uncle's Thanksgiving tirade seem coherent by comparison. The former president claimed he'd never heard of Chris Rock, despite having mentioned him in previous interviews, and proceeded to call him washed up, while somehow managing to misspell Rock's name 3 different ways in the same post. Nothing says "I'm totally not bothered" like forgetting how to spell the 2-syllable name of the person you're raging about. The hashtags #Rock versus Ego and #billionaire babies trended for days, with regular people creating memes that often outshone the original jokes. What really seemed to set Trump off was Rock's comparison of Musk buying Twitter to Trump buying a tanning salon because someone once said he looked orange. The joke hit a nerve by highlighting both men's obsession with public perception and their shared inability to handle criticism. Late-night hosts couldn't resist piling on. Jimmy Kimmel called the dual meltdowns the tantrum of 2 toddlers who had their blankies taken away, while other comedians noted that both Musk and Trump had inadvertently turned a one-night roast into a week-long comedy festival, starring themselves as the punchlines.
The most notable thing about what Chris Rock did is that he has now become just the latest comedian to go full anti-woke.
Better than all of them. But you need to get out of their circle and develop your own voice.
And that, folks, is why this roast will go down in history as more than just a funny moment. It's a cultural reset that exposes the paper-thin skin hiding behind billion-dollar bank accounts. The image of these 2 powerful men squirming under the spotlight of comedy will stick in our collective memory like a bad tan line, proving that laughter truly is kryptonite to inflated egos. When the dust settled, what remained wasn't just viral TikToks and trending hashtags, but a perfect demonstration of comedy's superpower: the ability to strip away performative authority and reveal the deeply unserious nature of those who mistake attention for respect.